Hello Walter families, we're going to do some letter formation today, and these letters are for you to practice if you're in foundation or in year 1. First of all, I want to show you how to make sure you're holding your pen or pencil properly, and it's a tripod grip using 3 fingers. Peter Pointer pushes the pen, it rests on your middle finger and you grip it with your thumb. And you do it in exactly the same way on your left hand. This will mean you're using the right muscles to use your pencil. So I'm going to start by showing you how to form letters that all start in a similar way to the letter C. So you place your pen or pencil at number 2 on a clock face and move anti-clockwise until you come to the number 4 on the clock face. C. Then for A, start again in exactly the same way at number 2 on the clock face, all the way round, up, down, and a little flick. A. So D starts in exactly the same way as A, all the way round, but much higher, down, and flick. E is similar because you're going anti-clockwise, but you start at number 9 on the clock face, all the way round to number 2 and around. So F starts in the same way at number 2, moving anti-clockwise and down and then across. G again at number 2, anti-clockwise up and down like your F. So then we need to move on to O. And as you know, O is a circle. And we go all the way round from number 2 and finish at number 2. And the last 2 letters, so we've got Q, starts in exactly the same way as A, down and tick. And finally, we have S. S starts at number 2, you move anti-clockwise and then you switch across and go back the other way. So now we're going to look at some letters that start at the top. We're going to start with B. B starts at the top, all the way down, then back up to the middle and clockwise around. And the same with H, starting at the top, down, halfway back up, and then a little hump with a flick. So then we have got the trickiest letter to write, K. So you start at the top, go all the way down, back up to the middle, you make a little loop and then you have a flick. It looks a little bit like a capital letter R, so make sure it's much taller than the loop. Then we have L, just all the way down with a little tiny flick. And then T, and you'll notice with T that it is not as tall as the other letters. So it's a loop bigger than the L and then across. To cross your T, you have to lift your pen off the paper. And finally, we're going to look at the letters that start halfway up. And we'll start with I. So it's shorter than the L, lift off your pen and a dot on the top. Starting in the same place with the J. Down and below like an F, lift your pen and a dot on top. Then we move on to M. M is very difficult to write. Start halfway up, down, up and over and up and over and flick. N starts in the same way, down, up, over and flick. Then we've got P. Starts in the same way, down below the line, all the way back up and clockwise around to make your P. R starts halfway up, down, just like an N, but stop. Then we have got U. Start in the same way, halfway up, down, an anti-clockwise movement up, down and flick. Then we can move on to V, which is very easy, halfway up, a diagonal movement and another diagonal movement back up. W starts like V, but we have 2 diagonal strokes for each part. Y, just like a U, all the way down, clockwise, up, down and below the line. And finally, we have the letter Z. And that starts and works in its very own way, across, diagonal, across. Thank you.